Alright, I feel like we're getting into the climax of this, at least this part of the mystery. I don't know if we're gonna... This being the second trial of the game, we're probably gonna head into a second day of investigation, but let's see where this goes. See what Frollo has in store for us. Yes, Your Honor. Is he the killer, though? It seems a little early yet. I know that face. That's the face of guilt. Is he the killer? Is he an accomplice? Is he covering up something else? We'll have to see. That night, yes, I went to the supermarket. I must have dropped my cell phone on my way back. And when I was walking through the park, I happened to witness the crime. I saw the killer, the victim, the stand, all as clear as day. It was him. I saw the defendant at the scene. Yeah, he's, Yes, but your cell phone was lying in a garage. Yes. Well, as you can see, my model of cell phone has a defect. It is given to rolling. It's quite a pain when I drop it alongside the road, you know. Rolling? What? Looks like a normal cell phone to me. In any case, Mr. Justice, the cross-examination, please. That's funny. My bracelet didn't react at all during that testimony. So does that mean he's telling the truth? His nervous habit must not be acting up. I didn't sense anything either, actually. Looks like you're on your own this time around. Great. Right, no problem, I hope. Here comes justice. So you went shopping, which means you were holding a grocery bag when you witnessed the murder taking place? Well, yes, of course. Incidentally, the prosecution has received no report of this domestic detail. Mr. Stickler, can you explain yourself? No, I mean, yes, I did go shopping, really. I walked around the supermarket trying out the free samples. It's a deeply spiritual time for me. I'm sure the store clerks will disagree. Do you think sampling free food counts as a religion? In any case, that night, I sampled to my heart's content, and it was on my way back home, yes. I must have dropped my cell phone on my way back. That's when you passed in front of the Miractus clinic. Why, yes, that's correct. That was a pretty suspicious pause there. Yeah, seriously. Mr. Stickler, do you think you could be a bit more specific? Please show us the exact route you took on the night of the murder. Of course. The supermarket is here, along the main road. My way home from there takes me past the Miractus clinic, as well as Eldune's house. This is probably when I dropped my cell phone. Yet what was I? I walked on, unaware of my loss. And walked right into that fateful park. And when I was walking through the park, I happened to witness the crime. Which entrance did you enter the park from? Well, to be exact, one might say I went in from the entrance closest to the Miractus clinic. The same entrance our victim used. Did you notice anything when you entered? Wheel marks from a noodle stand, for instance? I have no recollection of such a thing, no. Yet, though I might have missed the tracks, I could not miss what happened next. I am a keen observer of the obvious, you might say. I saw the killer, the victim, the stand, all as clear as day. This part of the testimony is the key. I know it. Ooh. I'm gonna go with the noodle stand. Do you happen to remember the noodle stand? Quite well, yes. For a student of the sciences, keen observation and healthy curiosity are vital. I remember everything. I could even read the sign. I believe it said, noodle. Yes, that was... Okay, this is gonna be it. Because from this... Okay. Okay, it reads differently. Eldun and Noodle. Eldun is Noodle backward, but... Okay, he witnessed... He saw the cart from that angle, then. So that really... But that goes against what he said. That goes against what was established earlier. For remembering something quite well, it sure took you quite a while to tell us. And thank you for telling us that a noodle stand sells noodles. Very enlightening. Well, Mr. Justice? What about that sign? Could it be... Yes. So the sign on the noodle stand said noodle. It appears the defense has just obtained a vital piece of testimony. Is this noodle stand's broth really that delicious? I'll have to go sample the wares one of these days. I think that's worth adding to the testimony as well. Whatever sort of noodles that stand sells, it can't match up to IVU's cafeteria. Some apply to the school merely for a taste of our smart noodles. Really. Wouldn't mind a taste of that myself. And you're absolutely sure the sign read noodle. Why, just last week my professor offered me this praise. At least you have good eyesight, Stickler, I'll give you that. It read without a doubt, noodle. I see. Why are you looking at me like that? Is that pity I see in your eyes? Let's take a look at our map, shall we? So you're claiming that when you saw the sign, you were standing... Here, was it? Although, it would have been a bit hard to read the sign from this spot. It had to have been the other way around. You think so? Mr. Stickler, I'd like you to please take another look at the stand. And carefully read what the sign says. See? The sign actually states the name of the stand's owner. Eldunes. Inconceivable! I'm certain it was definitely Noodle for sure. Positive! I'm afraid your professor was wrong about that eyesight. I wouldn't be so quick to jump to that conclusion. The sign he saw changes everything. The witness says says the sign said noodle. Maybe he saw it right. What would you say if I told you that there would be one spot from which the sign would be read the way Mr. Stickler claims? What? Mr. Justice, show us the spot. The witness actually viewed the stand from this location. The witness was standing here on the opposite side. How do you know that? When viewed from the south, the sign on the stand reads El Dunes, as we know. However, exactly. Observe the other side of the stand. Oh, this side says Noodle. Exactly. The name of the stand is split between the front and back signs. Mr. Stickler, you lied to the court. You witnessed the crime from the northern side of the park, not the south. Yeah, you got me. So what? So what? What does it matter if he saw the killing from the north or the south side? It makes no difference at all. Oh, but it does. Because of what he said about where the shot was fired. He's right. Travel far enough to the south and you'll end up going north. Viewed on a global scale, directions are utterly without meaning. Actually, maybe he's right. What does it change? It changes everything, Apollo. Trucy? Remember his testimony from before. Though, to be honest, I'm a little scared of where this is leading. The killer and the victim are facing each other here. Okay, let's look at that single bullet to the right temple. Then, at the moment the killer raises his weapon, Mr. Stickler shouts, at which point the victim turns his head to look, and the killer fires his pistol. That's why the bullet hit him in the right temple. No contradictions, right? Right. But if Mr. Stickler is standing in the north side of the park, then their positions had to have been reversed as well. The killer was pulling the noodle stand. That reverses the whole scenario. Completely. If Mr. Stickler shouts from where he is now, and the victim looks in his direction, right, it would have struck him on the left side. Yeah. In other words, someone standing at point K couldn't shoot the victim in his right temple. It's impossible. That's right. So now that we know that Mr. Stickler is standing on the northern side, the wound location takes on entirely different meaning. Indeed, you're absolutely correct, Fräulein. What meaning? The entry wound was on the right side of the victim's head, correct? Well, the right side of the victim's head is north. North. Oh! But that's where the witness, Wesley Stickler, was standing. Correct. So if he was standing to the north... Oh, so maybe he did do it. Then the only person here who could have shot the victim in the right temple was Mr. Stickler himself. Oh! Order! Order! Wow, the apple didn't fall far from the tree. Yeah, no kidding. Like father, like daughter. She flipped this whole case on its head while I was still figuring it out. Oh. Clarify 1 point for me if you would, Hair Forehead. What now? Are you truly accusing this college student of murder? Well, I can't say he exactly looks innocent, but something still doesn't feel right. I can't picture him as the real killer. No, please, looks aside, I'm really a nice guy. All my friends say so. Uh-huh. Let's hear what the defense has to say. What are you gonna do now, Justice? Should I really accuse Mr. Stickler? There are still other factors that haven't been accounted for in this case. He might not be the killer, but maybe he's covering up a different crime. I don't think Wesley Stickler's a killer, but he's not innocent either. His unusual silence tells me that much. Mr. Stickler, you seem unusually quiet. Tell us why, now! The word confession isn't in my dictionary. Hair Forehead. I'm afraid it falls to you to elucidate Herr Stickler's silence. Mr. Justice, did you say you were accusing the witness just now? For a crime other than murder? Your reason? The court's all ears. Ugh, I know he's guilty of something, but what crime other than murder is there? Do I have evidence that shows his involvement in some other crime? Your evidence? The court's all eyes, Mr. Justice. Show us evidence that points to the witness's involvement in a crime. I think he was driving the car that hit Phoenix. And he might have been... I think he might have been the panty thief also. What is this? These bloomers sure have a distinct design. You certainly know who they belong to at a glance. That way she doesn't have to write her name on them. Genius. I would think writing your name would be easier than drawing a plum blossom. I'm gonna present this. Something tells me this isn't one of those good silences. Something else to say, Mr. Justice? Oh, damn, that wasn't it? By all means, but your effort wasn't wasted. Look, a brand new penalty. God damn it, really? I know he's guilty of something, but what crime other than murder is there? Oh look, I love these little personal touches. Seems a shame to hide on the bottom of the bowl. When I touched it, the paint flaked off. Must have painted on by hand with warm professional care. After buying the cheapest paint he could find with cold professional thrift. It's the El Noodles mascot. Mr. Salty! He's so cute! It's not a very endearing mascot, is it? You know, come to think of it, looks a lot like you, Apollo, especially the red parts. Can I help it if I like red? Something the matter? I was just wondering if there was like a switch on these. Of course not! Huh, mysterious. Oh, you want to know the secret of my panties? Oh my. No, thanks. Who uses magic panties in a stage show anyway? Let me see now. What do we have here that... that's supposed to tell us... Do we just... I mean... let's try it. The evidence is this! What is that? Women's underwear? I mean, again, Trucy thought that... she said she saw him, but... hey, those are mine! Yes. Don't look at me like that! Order, order! Mr. Stickler, while I can't say this comes as a shock, It's not what it seems. By the night of the murder, just past 9 p.m., a young girl catches a panty snatcher red-handed. Bravely, she gives chase, but the snatcher flees and hides himself in no other place than the Miractus Clinic garage. Aha! Incidentally, these panties were found in the exhaust pipe of the car there. Presumably, he was trying to hide the evidence of his crime, which was where he dropped his phone. Ergo, while you may not be a murderer, you're guilty of panty snatching in the first degree. Please, hear me out! It's not what it looks like! Oh? Order! Order! Mr. Stickler, you should be ashamed. It's not what it... See? Oh, jeez. So are we to understand that you were silent not because you were guilty of murder, but because you lacked the courage to admit your theft of this girl's undergarments? Perhaps you're not aware that my school's name was originally written IV. I stands for intelligent, V stands for valiant. See? Your point? I'm not done. Now I'm a major in the science department. And what does science teach if not curiosity? Yes, we of the IVU Science Department are valiantly curious. No challenge is too daunting, and what greater challenge to Come on, you're talking about a girl's panties here. No, you don't understand. A mystery is the unknown, and the unknown is unacceptable. And my friends, when it comes to mysteries, those panties are the promised land. Oh dear. From the moment I first laid eyes on them, I was compelled to investigate. For science. You are a grade A pervert, aren't you? A full-size car tire was only the first mystery those panties revealed. A tire? Yes, I saw her do it. She pulled a tire out of those panties. But that's not all. First there was a tire, then a stew pot, and a frozen chicken. Oh, you're talking about the magic trick she could do with it. One mystery after another. It was magic. Oh, I remember now. He's one of the regulars in the audience at the Wonder Bar. Huh? He's talking about my magic panties trick. Oh, I see. So he wanted to investigate it. I just don't understand. A broom from a pair of panties? It mocks the very laws of physics. A broom and a frozen chicken, Trucy? Whatever happened to doves and bunny rabbits? Mr. Stickler, you stole this girl's panties to understand a magic trick? You say panties, but there's so much more than that. For me, they're an object for serious study. So they all say. I wonder. There has been a recent rash of panty snatchings in the area. Yeah, we heard about plums as well. Were they all you? I'm sorry, but I did it for science. Each time I spied a pair of panties flopping in the breeze. Maybe this would be the mystery. In the night she... perhaps this is the night I'll seize the truth that lies within those panties. Woe is I, for once again the lacy heart-patterned truth slipped from my face. Still, that leaves one thing unexplained. You refer to our witness's other lie, yes? The witness claimed he saw the crime from the south, but was in fact in the north. What does that mean? Indeed. Would anyone care to explain why he lied about that? Be my guest, Herr Forehead. Me? Did I not hear you correctly? Did you not say you do not accuse the witness of murder? Why then did the witness lie about his location at the time of the shooting? Or have you no idea? Apollo. There's something about the way the diagram is arranged right now. When you think about it, right near where Mr. Stickler is standing, isn't there a what? Well, Mr. Justice, what say you? Do you have any evidence to show why the witness lied about his location? Oh boy. Oh. Is this it? Was he trying to cover up the trap? He threw Plum's bloomers in the trash. The evidence that shows why he lied is this. What? More panties? How many panties are you carrying in your pocket, Herr Forehead? These are the last, honest. These were found in a trash can at the park. Looking at the diagram... Oh, he was standing right next to it. We can see the trash can was right next to where the witness stood. Mr. Stickler, you didn't... Alas, I'm a failure as a scientist. I can't unravel the mysteries of the universe. I can't even unravel a pair of panties. So, these panties are your handiwork as well? That night, I had been chased, hounded into the Miractus Clinic garage. Weeping in frustration, I was forced to abandon my prize. Don't you see how I felt? Believe me, I'd rather not. I hid in the garage for a short while. Then, abandoning the panties, I made for home. To avoid the office where the girl works, I went toward the south entrance. When I saw them hanging there on a clothesline by the giant mansion. A giant pair of panties. Apparently he didn't know those bloomers belonged to the mob. Oh, they're coming for you now. I had them safe in my pocket, ready to take home. When I stumbled upon a murder. The murder of Dr. Miractus. I reported what I'd seen, but as I waited for the police to arrive, I got scared. What if they searched me? That's when you disposed of the bloomers. Yes, it was a severe blow to the progress of science, but one that had to be borne. A fascinating, if disturbing tale. I believe this brings today's proceedings to a close, and I'm more than pleased to dismiss this witness for the remainder of the trial. One last thing, if I might. Yes, Prosecutor Gavin? Regardless of where we ended today, some vital points were made. Namely, that the defendant, Waki Kitaki, was at the scene of the crime. And he was pointing a weapon at the victim. One more thing. Waki Kitaki has a clear motive. That's true. That hasn't changed yet. Indeed, the defendant, Waki Kitaki, is still the prime suspect in this case. The only suspect, in fact, assuming there was no one else on the scene at the time. Yet a mystery remains. The location of the wound in the victim's right temple has yet to be explained. The court requests further investigation from both the defense and prosecution. Ah, baby. No problem. Very well, this brings the trial for the day to a close. Court is adjourned. Alright, that's gonna be it then. Heck yeah. Alright. So? Alright, though. I think that's going to do it for tonight, everyone. Have a good night. I'll see you on the next one. Later, guys.